Let's start with who I am not. I used to, as a boy, I used to tell people that I was Russian. Of course, that was a lie. But the reason I said it, and get this, because it would frighten them. And they would leave me alone. It tells you a little bit about our society in the West. People would be like, "What's your ethnicity?" And I'd be like, I'm Russian," which is not true. And they'd be like, "Oh!" It just tells you the way people feel. You tell people that because it intimidates them. It's just wrong because it's not true. But I've often been accused of it, whether it's true or not. It's not true. But I had often said that for the sake of making people go, because that's how they will get when you say that. So it tells you that we do have a bit of a phobia of them for some reason, one that's easily exploited. Now, I have also at times been accused of being Chinese, which is insane, but it's usually due to conflict with people from the Philippines. Anytime anybody has a conflict with people from the Philippines, then they go, "Oh, I think a Chinese person is bullying me," even if they have nothing to do with it. And I'm most definitely not from Italy, even though I had mistaken that at one point. Turns out, a specific ancestor by that name was not from there, but from somewhere else entirely. I'm most definitely, most importantly, not of any Hispanic, Latino, or Spaniard ancestry. Most definitely not at all. I am also not a white man, or a Métis, or a Mestizo. I'm also neither Arabic, Persian, or Muslim in any capacity. Of course, one should only make strong statements about things that are quantifiably true. Some places have right of blood, some places have right of birth. And so one should only make strong statements about things to do with those that are quantifiably the case. Obviously, in the United States, we have what's known as the birthright, right? So if your parents were citizens, or if you were born to somebody who was a citizen here, there you go. Whereas the tribal nationalities don't do it that way. You have to quantify that your blood is from an American Indian tribe, not just based on your genetic signatures or something like that. You have to quantify that they have blood quantum from a tribe that has been around in an organized form for dozens of generations. And it's generally a requirement that you only go by one. So if you are of intertribal relational ancestry, you don't necessarily claim yourself as an aspect of three different tribal nations. It won't be accepted. It won't work that way. It doesn't work that way. An individual can be born of many clans, but can have only one tribal nationality. Only one. Born of multiple tribes, then you will only be one of those tribes, not all of them. Because that's what's permissible. The other ones become part of the clan structure of your specific family, but not necessarily your tribal identity. The blood quantum for three different nationalities. But one is not entitled to be a member of three different nationalities. It's not in the way we do it here, in the way we do it in regards to tribal nationalities from the North American continent. These things are quantifiable by Dawes Rolls recipients in your family, or an equivalent tribal identification taken by the tribal nations themselves. So as I've said, one should only make strong statements about things that are quantifiable. I have the right of blood in 3 different tribes and in France. And I have right of birth in the United States. Now, I am not a Métis or a Mestizo, because it's fucking disgusting. I am American Indian, and I am American. And that's all. So, in fact, most people who identify as that, as Métis or Mestizo, they don't even have qualifications for the right of blood in their European country of origin. Nor do they have blood quantums from federal tribes. They are a colonial population of a European culture for dozens of generations. Now, to make an entire segment about every last drop of everything would require a much longer segment than will be allowed by the passing of strangers who continually interrupt what I'm doing. I think you get the idea. I am a Chickasaw. My clan is Turtle Dove. And I'm an American. And that's all.